but the problem is back to Pierce and Candace. Pierce said, I'll give you $100,000 if this case comes out saying that Brigitte Macron is a man. Right. That's not what the case came up with. It's not what that wasn't the punchline of the case. So, Candace, when she's over at end zone dancing, saying, make it rain on me and stuff of that nature, she was actually wrong because that wasn't what the case proved. Actually, the case wasn't even in that vein. It was whether or not it was defamation to call Brigitte Macron a dude. And is that an insult? That was it.
Jason, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just me, and maybe people are, this is what? This is August 5th. It's 2025.
August 5th, 2025, yeah.
Candace has been on this rant for at least a year, wrote a book about it, did a series, has talked to her lawyer, had done different stuff. I mean, if it were me, right, and I were famous, right, I mean, again, this is the whole Hawaiian birth certificate thing with Obama. Like, why are they making it so hard to just dispel this? Like, I know people are like, it's not that serious. She doesn't have to prove to anyone. She doesn't have to do this. Okay, fine. But this would have been over in 25 minutes if it were me. Like, we don't even got to go. Why do we have to go to court? Why do we have to go? Why do we have to go through a court case? Why is there all of this secrecy? Why is all of this stuff that's making it so much unnecessary drama? I don't know the lady. I'll probably never meet nobody. Only people I know French are people who make French fries. That's all I know. All I'm saying
put the fries in the bag.
That's it. All I know is that if this case were so easy, my opinion, if this was so easy to solve, why is it taking this long? That's what causes a little bit of skepticism for me. That's me. You can't tell me you're rich and you can't come up with something simple like blood test or a birth certificate or 3 pictures when you was a little girl or whatever. That's me. I'm like, what are y'all stalling for? Because even if you win, let's say if you win, that doesn't necessarily put the rumors to bed. Like nobody thought Cardi B was a great person after she won the Tasha K lawsuit. They weren't like, oh, Cardi B is now an angel. No, it didn't change his opinion about you. Just you won a legal case. Like P. Diddy's still in jail. He still got loads of baby oil somewhere hidden that we don't even know about. Probably 400 more tapes. Who knows?
For sure.
I'm just saying that this is unnecessary for the Macrons. Maybe they think Candace is not big enough to even give her the dignity of doing this. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know, but that causes a little bit of skepticism, like the tiny bit of skepticism towards me, as that we're even talking about it. Me and you are talking about whether or not she's a man or a woman. I don't really care. But the fact that you won't just come out and just say, well, you just say I look like a woman. Yeah, so does everybody on the Drag Race show. What it is, Racing Chromosome, whatever that show is with RuPaul. Like they all look, so that's my 2 cents. I'm sorry.
No, I appreciate it. Okay, so let's say Candace is correct. That there's this secret cabal that is moving in the shadows, the court of owls, doing all kinds of shenanigans and vile and wicked evil things in the background. And they string along a journalist to make a lot of hay about their evil, wicked doings. They just string her along and they got her on the hook. And she's betting her whole career on it. She's making all these grandiose claims. She professes to be a Christian, a truth teller. She wants to dismantle the PDF file, all that kind of stuff like that. And they just keep her going. They just let her run it out. And then they step into court and they jerk the rod back and start reeling her in. And then they pop up with surprise. She really is a woman. All of her credibility in all those other areas is going to take a massive, massive hit. And maybe this is a long tail. This might be the long tail of that. Go ahead.
Who is it going to take a hit with? Because those of us, like I'm not gonna make myself. I want to be careful. I say this because I want to have a conversation where people don't feel like I'm dumbing them down. But those of us who can watch social media and watch these things and see them and know what people are about before the court case becomes positive or negative. Like most normal people are not going to change their opinion to Candace. Half the Republicans don't like her now anyway, and almost every Democrat, and especially Black Democrats, don't like her anymore. So exactly who? Because there's people still going to play Puff Daddy songs and R. Kelly songs. It doesn't matter what they do. Public opinion is not going to still people stepping in the name of love, even if it's underage.
They still stepping in. They step in the name of love.
So as far as her taking a huge hit, I don't see any drop. I'm not going to see any drop off on her YouTube. She's going to have the same fans she had before, the same detractors she had before. I think that it's a no-win for her, because what if it comes out that she's right? And so what? Who are you going to have a bunch?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I've been saying. I don't think there's a really, to me, it is a big nothing burger when you really, really boil it down. Unless you're French, I think it really is.
That's the audience that will be. That's the audience that will be affected. If you're French,
right,
and it proves that your prime minister, head leaders, president has been lying to you their entire life. That's a huge deal.
No, that's gigantic.
Yeah, they don't do nothing for us. I mean,
nothing for us.
I don't know if they're gonna give her like a endless supply of French food for finding it out. I don't know if she's gonna get
I don't think so.
A bunch of croissants for the rest of her life. Like, I don't know what
is crazy, man. You're out of control.
I don't know. To me, I think that with most people, if you make an accusation and it's outrageous, it's pretty easy to just dispel that accusation immediately by telling the truth. My only caveat is that this rumor has been floating around the world for the last 10 years, if not longer. And you're just like, well, I don't care about it. Well, at some point, somebody's going to pick enough at it. You pick at scab long enough, it'll bleed. Or you pick at a Band-Aid and you find out there's nothing under the Band-Aid, which might be Candace's. Right. She might find out she might have bit off more than she could chew. I feel like this is, to your point, a little bit of a nothing burger, but maybe there is some meat. Let me see. They provided the evidence along with the retraction letter last December, but she ignored all that. Nothing is nothing for her, as it doesn't align with her narrative. Well, I guess that's it. I guess all the secrecy and all of the stuff that's been done in the podcast and the book and all the other reporters that reported on it, maybe they're all maybe the French president's wife are telling the truth, because no politician has ever lied, and we're wrong. Like, maybe that's it. I just don't know why this is taking so much of the world's time. And like you said, being a professing Christian, there's other stuff she can be contributing herself to, like getting her husband saved again, getting him back on the right track. Maybe her not being, I don't know if she's converted to Catholicism.
She converted to Catholicism.
Yeah, yep. I don't know. I think that was more of a marital thing. I don't know if that was more of a religion or a doctrinal thing. I had an associate who he married a wife and she wanted him to convert over to Catholicism. If you still talk to him, he's still a blood-bought, believing person that believes in the foundation of scripture. I think he is just doing something for his wife. I don't know. I don't want to get into that and examine people's motives. But yeah, there's a lot more constructive stuff she should be doing. If I were her, I would dig into the Jasmine Crockett's of the world. I would dig into. I'm just serious. If you have a crack, I would dig into her. Dig into Osmani or whatever his name is, Zuzani.
Zoran Mamdani.
Yeah, I don't do names real good, so I don't even remember your name. Is your name Jack? Jared, Jason.
Wow.
There you go. Yeah.
Wow, that's messed up, man.
Yeah, I feel like those would be a little bit more beneficial for what she's doing. This is a waste of time, in my opinion.
No, I'm right there with you.
But again, the what I would feel is the fact that this why is this going on so long? That's me. It's what it is. So that's all.